What is going on, everyone? This is my live reaction to our next survival guide in Xenoblade Chronicles X. Just did a video on how huge this game is going to be. Bigger than Witcher 3, Fallout 4, and Skyrim combined. This survival guide is dealing with the scales, the huge mech, and the battle mechanics with the mech. So let's check it out.
The builders of the legacy after the destruction of Earth, also known as Blade, assembled this 5-part video series to ready.
All right, and so this is the 5-part video series. This is part 3, I think. Yeah. Scales. Let's see what the scales are all about. Check out the monkey with the 4 arms. I remember this when the game was like first shown.
That vanquishing them will require maximum firepower.
All right.
Solution? We call it the Scale.
Scales.
To wield one of these powerful exoskeletal combat suits, you must first take the exam to get your Scale pilot's license.
So you have to earn the license. You don't just get these at the beginning of the game. The power of scales.
Scales are the archetypal
This world is look how beautiful this game looks.
Their large size enables them to carry highly destructive weaponry.
All right, so they can
even damage small enemies simply by touching them.
Oh, so you can kill enemies by running over them. So how the enemies are just flying.
Simple press of a button.
And they transform. Oh, that's what really got me hyped about this game. When I saw the scales, I was like, oh. Look how huge and beautiful this game looks. And they require fuel to operate.
And special weapon usage will drain fuel quickly.
Okay. I did know that using weapons and different things drains the fuels of the scales. So different scale types. Let's see.
There are 3 different types of
Three different types.
Light, medium, and heavy.
Light, medium, and heavy.
Own unique stats and trade-offs.
And each have their own weaknesses and strengths.
Light scales can equip light armor only, are the most mobile, offer lots of evasion.
Light scales are mobile but don't have good armor.
Light or medium
Makes sense.
and can carry more fuel than light types.
Okay.
Less mobile. Heavy
Less
scales
mobile.
Can use light, medium, or heavy armor. They're the least mobile, but they can also carry the most fuel.
The heavier the scale, the more fuel it can carry.
There are many options to explore.
Man, check out all just the creativity and every time I see the different enemies in this game, I'm like, all right.
Exceptionally lethal weapons in multiple slots on the left and the right sides of their chassis.
Okay, so you can equip
sidearms, back weapons, shoulder weapons, arm weapons, and spare weapons for good measure.
Back weapons, shoulder weapons, arm weapons, all can be equipped on the scales.
Each weapon's art description and fuel cost can be tracked here. Keep in mind that any scale can only be equipped with weapons that are of the same level as its own frame level or lower.
Okay, so you can't just come in and equip the best weapons. You got to level up to get certain weapons. Makes sense. Battle screen.
In battle, the scale is man's best friend.
All right.
You can board one either before or during combat.
And it's so cool that you can get in the scale while you're fighting. You can get out of it as a.
There are other tactics that
Oh, I've never seen that creature before.
Take a look at the Scale's battle screen. On the far right, you'll find the Scale's fuel gauge. On the flip side, the vitality of each Scale is measured in frame HP. When this value is reduced to 0, Scales will cease to function.
All right, so
next to the frame HP is the Scale's GP, or gear points.
Gear points.
These allow your Scale to enter overdrive mode, which we'll review at a later juncture.
Okay.
For now, let's discuss defense. When at least one of your party members is in a scale, those without a scale will also see an increase in defense. This added bonus varies depending on the number of
so you equipping scales benefits your entire party.
Scale pilots yields a defensive bonus of 40%. Strength in numbers, indeed.
Okay, so different party members, I think it said they get different bonus points just by you having different scales.
Blade understands. Try breaking your enemy's stance. This allows you to bind enemies for a certain amount of time. Bound enemies will take more damage and be unable to attack.
So you can stun the enemy somehow. Just check out how beautiful this game looks, man. Good looking game.
Each time you successfully complete the soul challenge, the bind's time limit will extend.
Cockpit time. I did see this before where it shows you in the cockpit of the scale.
reflect your view from inside the scale.
Oh, look how cool that looks.
Known as cockpit time. When cockpit time occurs, all arts become available with no cooldown time, and you cannot be damaged.
Okay.
Even if you've already used an art.
Wow, so you can't be damaged when you get into this cockpit time. This is a certain mode.
Can occur at any time, so make sure to take advantage of the opportunity.
Okay, sounds good. Overdrive. What is overdrive? Break it down for me.
After your skills obtain 3,000 gear points, you can send your skill into overdrive.
After 3,000 gear points.
The skill's performance for a limited time.
Okay.
Enhances vary depending on the skill.
So it enhances your performance for a limited amount of time. Hence overdrive. Makes sense.
Be experienced to be fully understood.
Let me put him out of the earpiece so I can hear.
Dismemberment would usually spell game over for blade members on foot. That's where skells come in.
Oh, look at the rocks.
Destroyed separately, and the unit will continue to function. However, if a skell loses an arm, for instance, weapons and arts course.
Oh, so your scale can like lose its limbs.
Luckily, at the end of
That's
the battle,
cool.
skells will self-repair.
Okay, so they repair after each battle.
The skell will be totally destroyed when its frame HP drops to 0.
Wow.
In times like these, a soul challenge will appear. Press the correct button with perfect timing, or there will be repercussions based on your performance.
Wow, check out this.
Will enable to safely
I've seen a preview where the neck of that creature comes off and there's a head right in its chest. Oh, it's cool.
Good timing will also ensure you to evacuate, but your skell insurance will increase due to the cost of repairs. Should you fail to time the soul challenge, your HP will drop to 1 as you escape, and you will suffer the cost of skell insurance and repairs. A wrecked skell can be repaired at the blade barracks.
So you can go back to the blade barracks to repair your scales.
Console to repair the skells in the garage. Skell insurance allows you to recover your wrecked skell 3 times. If your skell is wrecked for the 4th time, you can no longer repair the skell unless you pay a fee using salvage tickets or your own precious.
So you only have a certain amount of time to wreck your scales, or else it's going to cost you.
If your funds are inadequate, you may be forced to abandon your skell or leave it in the shop to collect dust.
Yeah, leave your scale in the shop to collect dust. Scale Garage. Let's check it out.
Scales from the Blade Barracks hangar. Simply pick the scale you want to modify on the Blade Barracks console.
And so this is where you modify your
scale
scales.
to a specific party member.
Look at this. I remember as a kid, I used to watch, I think it was Voltron, with the different arms and legs that come together. The robots that come together to make a robot, that reminded me of it.
Release one more survival guide. Be sure to check
that was it. So it just showed us. It was cool to just see some footage too of the game. Hype for this game, hype for this game, hype for this game. December 4th, Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U exclusively. And just can't wait. If you're not subscribed, click subscribe below to stay up to date. All things Nintendo. I'm out.